Welcome back to ToxicGeeks.com here. Justin here, back with more video game reviews, and today we are going to be reviewing Yurukill The Calumniation games. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, so here we go. Accused of arson in the murders of 21 people, protagonist Sengoku is forced to fight for his freedom and prove his innocence. As one of the 6 prisoners, he must pair up with one of the 5 victims referred to as executioners within the confines of a strange and secluded amusement park known as Yurukill Land. Together, each of the 5 teams, mass murderers, death-dealing duo, Crafty Killers, Sly Stalkers, and Peeping Toms, must face and overcome the entertainment venue so-called attractions in order to attain what they desire. Should the prisoners succeed, their crime shall be pardoned, but if the executioners win, they'll be granted revenge for their loved ones, and this game is awesome. Story right from the beginning, when we get introduced to Sengoku, is just phenomenal. And just for the sake of spoilers and for the sake of not spoiling anything key plots, I'm keeping everything vague. Even the footage I'm using is from the very early stages of chapter 1. I was given a review copy, so thank you to the developers. And I enjoyed this. The best way I could describe this is a visual novel style game in the same style of Danganronpa. So if you're a fan of Danganronpa, this is right up your alley when it comes to the style of the gameplay, presentation, voice acting, the mystery, the plot twist. This is right up there, and I enjoyed the hell out of Yurukill. Great characters, and what I loved about it is that the way the story is written, there's always a twist. There's something that you would think is going to happen a certain way, and it happens completely opposite. I was just enthralled and immersed right from the beginning with this game and what it was bringing to the table. I really did enjoy this game, and the story-wise, it's a heartstringer, man. There's so much to unpack. I'm going to do a spoiler review once the game is out, but there's so much to unpack when it comes to these characters, how they interact with each other. It is one hell of a ride, and you're gonna love it. But here's a sample of the voice acting.
24、5歳くらいか?
罪状は殺人罪。懲役18年。
お二人のチーム名は
Voice acting is awesome, especially the voice actress who plays Binko. She absolutely kills it. One thing I love about her performance is that she goes from just kind of like this silly type of character. She gets sick with it when it comes to psychotic tone of voice, but she also can be kind of understanding and nurturing when it comes to the executioners. So she is probably the highlight of the voice acting. Very great voice acting. Now let's talk a little bit about the gameplay here. Gameplay, like I said, is very similar to Danganronpa, so you have to explore areas. But to put this best, think of Escape the Room. So Yurukill Land is basically you're going to go through various segments in the game where you have to solve puzzles, you have to investigate that's pertaining to the prisoner and the executioner, depending on what crime they did or what they've been accused of or serving time for, and there's always some type of plot twist with it. The thing with this is depending on the level, you will get hints or you won't get hits at all. So if you're on the highest level, you won't get any hits. If you're on the easy level, you'll get hints and you'll get to know what to do, or they'll give you little hints to help you with the course of your puzzles for the game. And some of the puzzles are pretty self-explanatory, but as the game progresses, the puzzles do get a little bit more challenging, so they have some nice brain teasers here. One thing that I think really makes it stand out is the shoot 'em up elements here. Now there's a story reason for this segment, and this is where the gameplay mechanics just kind of really does bring it more of a refresher. It does feel repetitive at times the way the concept is, because each character, you're not just playing Sengoku, you're playing other characters too, because each one of the prisoners have to go through their own prison segment, and they all have to go through this type of shoot 'em up segment, so it does kind of get repetitive at times. But they do something to spruce it up in terms of story and gameplay as well. It gets challenging. This is probably where the most difficulty comes into the play, is the shooting elements, because one, you can't save during this part, and sometimes this part can last you a good 20 minutes. You can't save. There's points in here where you have to remember everything that you've done, because they'll ask you questions such as this: what was the delivery truck with plastic bottles packed with gunpowder for Sengoku? And you have to answer correctly. If you don't answer correctly, you will lose a chunk of your life, depending on how you answered the questions in the previous segment. So they bring all this into play, and I thought it worked very, very well. It's a very fun game with some really great story. The shoot 'em up elements is great. Graphically is great. Sound quality is awesome. The voice acting is top notch. Music is great as well. Has some real good soundtrack that really hits well with the emotional beats. And I thought it's a very refreshing visual novel style presentation. Like I said, if you are a fan of the Danganronpa series or game styles like that have like an escape room or a type of aspect like that, this is right up your alley. You're going to love this game. You're going to love the characters. There are times, if I could do a little bit of nitpicking in the beginning, where you get introduced and doing each character segment in their own execution of prisoner stories, it does kind of feel a little bit repetitive, because they all have to go through the same type of process of going through 3 stages before they get to the shoot 'em up segment. But the story's so rich, the characters are so well written, you're not gonna feel it. This was a great game. This is a definite score of a must-buy B+. Loved it. This is Justin from TacosandGeeks.com saying later days. We'll catch you on the next review. I'm out. Peace.